the country for good. He's going back to Brazil. And he asks her if she'll give him a ride to the airport. And Cecilia's thinking, no. But then she thinks about it a little more. And she really, really wants to see him walk away from her forever. And what better way to feel like he's actually out of her life for good than watching him get on a plane and fly away. So she reluctantly agrees to do it. She'll give him a ride to the airport. But then, the day before Mario's flight, suddenly, bam, he just shows up to the front door of her apartment. And he's like, I left my passport, can you let me in? And Cecilia's like, nah, I'm not letting you in. And this really pisses him off. He's like, come on, and she's like, nah. And so he just waits. He waits around her apartment complex for several hours. And I don't know if he's waiting on her to come out or if he's waiting on her to change her mind, but she doesn't change her mind. And eventually, he comes back to her front door and he uses that key he made to enter. And as soon as he walks through the door, Cecilia panics and she starts yelling at him like, get the hell out! And he's like, well, I just want to talk to you, or whatever he says. But she just keeps yelling at him. And that is when Mario snaps. And pow, he grabs her by the neck with both hands and he squeezes as hard as he can. And they struggle back and forth and he strangles her until she's no longer yelling or moving at all. Because she's unalived. And Mario's like, oh shit, I murdered her, now what am I gonna do? And so he grabs her phone and he uses her finger to unlock it. And from her phone, he texts her mom and her friends pretending to be her. And he says, I'm going on a trip to the Blue Mountains. Probably so that they'll think Cecilia went hiking and like got lost or something. But anyway, then he loads her body into her car and she drives a red Fiat. Here's actually a picture of it in real life. And so he drives her Fiat to a local river and he dumps her body there. The next morning, Mario orders an Uber to drive him to the airport. So he's in this Uber, and as that Uber is going over a bridge, he rolls down the window, leans out, and he throws the car keys to her Fiat over the railing and down into the water, never to be seen again. And the Uber driver's like, what the fuck is this guy doing? But whatever, soon enough, Mario is on a flight and he flies from Sydney back to Brazil, home free from the murder he just committed. But then, back at the local river, a couple of kayakers just got into the water. And they're kayaking and they see something suspicious floating around, like it could be a body. So they call police, and police